welcome to Blackfeather Guild. Before we go in and say hi to the cast and get started with the show, I wanted to talk very briefly about viewer actions and a little bit about sponsors. So, first off, there's a number of ways that you can actually actively participate in the show through viewer actions. One of the easiest ways to do so is through retweeting the game tweet. You should see that somewhere in chat if it's not in there already. But you just click on that link and hit retweet, and for every 5 retweets that we get on that, it will add a bonus to the cast pool and the game master pool. Now, in most cases, that's going to be an extra d6 that they can add on to any roll. Basically, a great way to use that is if a player is almost meeting a DC, but they're just not quite there, they can grab one of those d6s from the cast pool, roll that, and then add that to their roll. Basically, is how that works. Same with the GM. So that's one of the easiest ways that you can participate that way. Another way is through guild coins. That's our Twitch channel points. If you look at the rainbow colored icon, it should have the Blackfeather Guild crest on it. It should be right below your Twitch chat box. If you click on that, it'll show you all the different things that you can get with those. The biggest one being plot points. Now, plot points, you can see an example right over here. They all work pretty much the same way. It's just a matter of how big of an impact they have. So for the example, when we've got 2 plot points, the player of your choice gets something moderately helpful or unhelpful. Enter any suggestions for the GM into chat, or you can have the GM come up with something entirely on their own. So just choose if you want it to be helpful or unhelpful to the party, and that's kind of how you can use them. You can throw in your own suggestions as well. How those work: 1 plot point is something trivially helpful or unhelpful. 2 is moderately. 3 is very, and 4 is very to the entire party. So if you want to do something to help the entire party or really throw a monkey wrench in their plans, 4 plot points will do that. So that's guild coins. And then finally, we've got donations. So if you want to help out with keeping the lights on in the place, so to speak, there's a number of ways that you can financially contribute. One of those being coffee.com/Raven or Raven.rocks. You can see both of those examples down there at the bottom. Those are the addresses to do direct donations. You can also do Twitch subscriptions or bits. Those work the same way. And then finally, Patreon. We've got a Patreon, which you should see in chat here any second if it's not there already. And our Bard tier patrons and higher get credits towards viewer actions every month that they can use on any show that they would like. You just have to let us know in chat how you want to spend those, and then we'll hand those out. So some very cool stuff. Before we hop over to see the cast, one last thing to mention is a couple things on this chart here. We've already covered the D6 and the plot points, but the triple crits, what that means is you can gift auto critical successes. And you can, it's triple because you get 3. You can divvy those out however you'd like. You can do 2 to the cast, 1 to the game master, all of them to the game master, however you want to do it. So they work much like the D6s. The cast members just grab that when they're available and they really need them and use them. So it's pretty cool. And then finally, the last one, introduce an ally or enemy NPC. Just give us a brief description of what you want this character to look like, kind of their character concept and a name, and let us know if you want it to be an enemy or an ally to the party, and the GM will basically take that and run with it. So really cool ways that you can participate. Lastly, I just want to take a quick moment to mention our sponsors. If you look at the logos down below, that's who's sponsoring this episode, and we'll talk a little bit about that before we introduce everybody as well on the next scene. So yeah, check all this stuff out and thank them for supporting us, and thank you for being here and watching. Let's go say hi to the cast.
Hey, hey, everybody. Thanks for coming in tonight. I'm Matt, the GM of this awesome group of super teens, and I am streaming from a car in a parking lot today because this month is wild. I'm going to get this awesome cast to introduce themselves and say a little bit about their characters before we dive into a pretty fun little episode we got planned. Nikki, how are you doing?
Oh, she's not here
Nikki's
at the moment.
gone.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Well, we'll shift over. Par, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty fantastic.
And you want to introduce yourself and a little bit about your character?
Sure. Hi, I'm Par. I am a person who happens to dwell on the internet, aspiring writer, etc., etc. My character is Wrath the One, or Raphael Chiclana, is not as cool real name. And I am a aspiring hero using the Doomed playbook from Masks.
All right. Very cool. Brian, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I am. I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Oh, 2020.
Oh yeah, for sure. Same here. But yeah. Hi, my name is Brian Ha. I am a actor, voice actor, and also lover of performing arts. So I basically dabble with like various assets of performing arts. But my character is Edinburgh. Their superhero name is Nox, and I am using the Legacy playbook where Nox gets to spew shadow portals and spring shadows out of people's shadows and they become their nightmares and stuff, fun stuff.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at bring shadows out of people's shadows. That should be like your logo.
Yeah. That's my motto right there. That's Edward's motto. Bring shadows out of people's shadows.
Kat, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Oh, 2020.
So I'm Kat. I exist. And I'm playing a character named ASDF, WTF, IDK, AFK, or IDK for short. They are from another planet and they have superpowers. So they kind of got lumped in with a bunch of superheroes in training. So I guess their time here on Earth is going to be spent being a superhero. Hooray!
Seems good. Leland, how are you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. I just yeah, 2020, right?
Yep.
No, but yeah, I'm playing. Well, I am Leland / Leopold the Just. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Steam, all those good places. I'm a social media consultant for a number of tabletop RPG and tabletop RPG adjacent companies. And I'm just also I've labeled myself as a roaming tabletop RPG cast member as of late because I'm normally on this channel, but you can find me a bunch of other places too. But anyway, my character is Stone Strike, who is a teenage metalhead turned stone elemental of indestructible and super strong proportions. I don't know. I got nothing. I didn't write that. Would have been better if I did. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just real strong and real tough, and I can go through walls. Yeah. That's about it. Oh, and I get real mad if someone punches me real hard. That's a pretty good way to sum that up. Anyway, I'm super excited.
Oh, good. Stace, how are you doing tonight?
Well, getting by like everyone else. But yeah, so I'm Stace Babcock. I am known as Stace Windu around the internets. You can find me mostly on Twitter. You can probably find me on other social media platforms, but I won't find you there because I never go look. My character is Hacktivist, aka Margot Dupree, and she is capable of controlling machines as well as some electrokinesis that hasn't really manifested yet in this campaign. And she has a very mysterious past.
Ooh. And Nikki, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. I guess what 2020 is what everybody's saying, right?
Yep.
My character is Star. She is she's the Janice playbook, and she's just really good at moving fastly. That's not even a word. She's really good at moving like swiftly, and I'm sure I could think of other stuff, but I'm really bad at introducing myself. So I'm here.
Well, all right. That's what we want. So I have 2 questions for all of my heroes tonight here. And we're going to start with this first one. We're going to go around. Just whoever's got an answer for it, go ahead and call it out. What have the first 2 months of your time at your new school been like?
Oh, well, Hacktivist has been sitting in the back of the class with the emulator on her laptop, playing video games, occasionally hacking into the grading system, fixing her own grades and Stone Strike's grades.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you feel bad for me.
Which way are
Yeah.
you shifting Stone Strike's grades, up or down?
I imagine it's up. She doesn't want to, have it come up too suspicious, so it's usually like in the C minus range.
Oh yeah, because it's not any higher otherwise. Well, thanks for that.
No, you can disagree. What would it be? What would it be?
No, definitely would be
Okay.
about a D otherwise without you. So you nailed it. Oh, well, I apparently am doing super well in terms of my own standards I hold for myself. And I'm also I've been jamming with some guys, who are just like also like into metal. We've just been jamming. I play bass, and do vocals. So we jam on Wednesdays. We're gonna play at the Quad later. Whatever that is. That's what we're gonna do. And I really, really dislike one of my teachers because they keep calling on me when I'm like nodding off and like, disturbing my sleep pattern. So not a fan of that.
For the most part, Arim is also usually at the back along with Margot, just to try not to get a lot of attention, though their outfit is usually striking, especially since they have an umbrella. In terms of grades, they're doing well enough, but they're doing well enough, but like not extremely well to the point where it's noticeable. So like average. They would like purposely tanked a grade or sandbag just to make sure it's like it doesn't stand out, just because they don't want to stand out and also to spite their parents. And they're also, for most part, they're hanging around the back. I would imagine they also either joined or started a inconveniently started a small group of other students who are also like stood out. They're like lonely or weird, could potentially have powers, maybe not, but they're like they don't have a group, so they decide to create a group with Arim, and it's like our own faction. Our own joint. I'll also be hanging around with Stone Strike and listening to music.
Heck yeah.
While contacting contacting Steph from now and then in terms of like news of what attacked them, any superhero news and stuff like that, any supervillain news, while basically feeding her information regarding the 2 incidents of both attacks from past sessions. Also, occasionally features in Raf the One's stream from time to time.
And pulls shadows out of your shadows.
Yeah, pull shadows out of your shadows.
So Wrath, IDK, Star, what's y'all's first couple months of school been like?
Star is well, she gets up so early and then she like sits in front of the class. And like she'll try to hang out with everyone, but she kind of just stays on the sidelines. So she won't show up on anybody's phone questions and be really annoying. And they have a show up. Like she'll listen to them play, but she won't really participate.
All right. IDK, Wrath?
You're muted, Kat.
Ha. So IDK was really excited, and it was really fun for the first like couple days, and then it got really boring really fast. They like before they came to Earth, they did a lot of studying of Earth things, so that they would be able to blend in as much as they could, and live the Earth life. So they're kind of like that foreign exchange student who like is sitting in English class and knows English better than everyone else. And like the teacher like just starts berating the other students about how like this person, like the English is your first language. English is not that person's first language. Why are they doing better than everyone else in the class? And you know, like that kind of BS. And you know, like IDK is kind of mostly just staring out the window, wondering why they're there.
All right. Wrath, how's our burgeoning streaming star been doing at school?
Okay, I've given this a bit of thought. So there's probably a lot of moving parts in Raph's of 2 months. First of all, at the beginning of the first month, you got the disturbing realization that his powers have now grown, which means that things are getting a little more heated up in terms of danger for himself. And as far as the reputation in the school, I think it's a clear 50-50. Some people love him, some people hate him, but everybody kind of knows who he is. And as time has gone on, he joined the computer club sort of thing, and unofficially dubbed them the RC Squad. named after himself.
Of course.
It kind of just tries to look after all of them, but not like a friend way, but like a you got my back sort of way. We're part of the squad, man. What do you mean?
Hey, yo, what's up, fam? Welcome to the RC Squad.
Yeah, how many of those kids in computer club are now your mods in chat?
Fair amount. Gotta have reliable mods.
There we go.
Yeah, ones you don't pay.
So our next question, y'all have all also been doing superhero training, and sometimes that means that you go up against criminals running around town, you know, breaking up some thugs here and there. Tell me about something that you did, your character did, with one other member of the group, or by yourself, or with Stephanie or your mentor. That was a lot of options, I know, but
I'm literally gonna pull this out of my pants. Could have said butt, but I said pants. Okay. So I was basically forced into going on a mentor is I've already forgotten. Quick Peek.
oh yeah, my speedster buddy, yes.
Yeah, Quick Peek. Okay, so Quick
Boy.
Peek, that insufferable human. I'm
He's a lot.
forced. I'm forced to go on a very hard to decipher training mission where I'm basically dragged along with super speed in some cases because I'm walking too slow for his taste. And it's basically going over just fighting crime and what to look for and all this other stuff, but I'm really not absorbing any of it because he's speaking so quickly and like, you know, it's not a very good teacher in terms of verbal instruction, but I do learn a lot with some of the ass kicking that takes place once we finally get to some of the action. So yeah, that's that. Can I come up with another one?
We'll go through everybody first, and then we'll see how we're doing on time.
All right. Well, all right. Cool. Well, I want to work with somebody. I'm just putting that out there into the ether.
Or are we just going as?
Whoever's got an answer.
Oh, okay. So I think me and Aram have the same mentor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's a scenario I want to throw out there. Raph and Aram go for a meetup with Midnight Fox, but every time they reach a certain milestone, like they get a block ahead, they run into a new, different villain. So like the Neon Ninjas ambush them out of nowhere, take care of them, keep walking. You know, generic villain number one attacks them out of nowhere, take them out. By the time they get there, they're like they're just completely exhausted for this meeting. It's like, oh well, we were meeting to train, but I guess you're fine. Go on back.
Yeah, it's a hassle. It's a hassle having to, spawn portals and then they just fall to the ground. Next, spawn portals, they fall from the ground. Or I would spawn like a portal and then Ralph would just use your big construct that would like knock the enemies out. Yeah, it's a hassle. Or even unleashing our powers way too much.
Mm-hmm. And when y'all got to the restaurant y'all were supposed to meet him at, he wasn't there. There was just a note card that said, "Next time, try to be on time."
We're gonna walk back across town.
To be frank, if I've known the location of the restaurant, I could have actually teleported both of us to there. So he should have
That's
told
not nearly
us.
as good for the stream views, man.
The journey, bro. The journey.
All right, who else has one?
So,
Stop.
oh, you can go.
So Star has been like avoiding going into the city whenever she can. So like, or like jump up into, I don't know, there's rafters somewhere. She'll like jump up into the rafters. But when it's time to train, she'll train fine. It's like she's doing great training, but she's like avoiding going out. And she's hiding. And if the group says they're going somewhere, she suddenly has a test to study for. And if the Neon Ninjas are mentioned, she really hides. She'll just like leave the room. Can't think of what she would actually do.
Yeah, so I think that So maybe IDKs are not. IDK can fly, so this wouldn't necessarily apply. But I would say that Star and Hacktivist for sure were like in a foot chase with some low-level criminal scum, and Hacktivist definitely just like unlocked some bird scooters, and then her and Star hopped on to finish the chase on bird scooters at 15 miles an hour.
Star hopped on perfectly too. Like,
Oh yeah.
flawlessly.
Like it was already moving. Hacktivist already had it like moving, and Star was just like, bam, made it look
Yeah.
easy.
Oh, y'all have been approached multiple times then by Bird to do a publicity shoot on their scooters since then.
Wrath the
yeah.
One stream. We agree if only if it's on, Wrath the One stream.
I like how Hacktivist is like down with the corporate system, but I will rack up on some of this ad money. Don't you worry.
And also, if I come in as the honorary model
Franchising.
on one of the scooters on Wrath stream.
Whenever we get a team name, we'll be a big team.
Custom Bird scooters. IDK,
Yeah.
what have you been up to with training?
So I feel like, well, I've been training, but like whenever I fight a criminal, I end up trying to rope them into, and very successfully, I might add, in a lot of cases, roping them into like a group therapy session. So I started a group therapy for former and reformed criminals, because I can kind of get into their heads and help them use cognitive reframing to deal with their issues rather than trying to commit crimes. Because fighting enemies is it's a lot of work, and crime is a lot of work. And if we could figure out how to like deal with our shit like way better, we should do that.
Preventative crime
That
fighting.
is-
I love it.
Your squad of reformed criminals is going to make an appearance at some point, Kat. That's wonderful. So I have one final question, and this is really more of a vote situation between all the characters. Stephanie rolls into y'all's apartments one day, gathers y'all all in a central living room space, game room, wherever y'all tend to congregate. And she just says, okay, y'all just been having a time. Y'all, school's going great. Y'all's training's going well. All the mentors think y'all need a break. So I got a choice for you. Using my connections, I can get y'all safe place. Y'all don't have to worry about identity stuff, any of that. Just going to be y'all. We trust you. There won't even really need to be chaperones out there. So do y'all want to go camping in the national forest, or do y'all want a day all to yourself at Century National Amusement Park, which is basically Disney World? It's got an aircraft carrier in their man-made lake.
I don't know about you all, but I'm like really super into roller coasters. Just being honest.
Can I
Yeah.
just stay in for a day?
And it's just funny because Stone Strike probably could not fit on the roller coaster, and he doesn't realize that yet. So I'm sure he'll find that out.
I mean, I don't really care, if I'm being honest.
I
I just
vote
want to
not
stay
camping.
here.
Way to be ambivalent. Okay.
I'm not
All right.
camping.
I mean, we
I'm not
gotta go for
camping
the content.
either.
We gotta go
My
for the
thighs
content, right?
suck.
Fair. I think
I actually feel ill, so can I just go back to sleep?
Star. No.
I
Actually,
don't want to go.
You have to if I have to go, you have to go.
Yeah, this is a team building exercise, they said.
sorry, there might be a roller coaster where you could sleep.
It might be an obstacle course or something cool.
Yeah, I heard it at the there is one at the amusement park.
You just sleep in the grass, honestly.
They've got an
Ew,
aircraft
no.
carrier. I'm sure that there are sleeping quarters there.
And will you guys get me snacks and I could just hide out there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say maybe on that because the snacks are usually about like $5 a pop at the amusement park. So
Yeah. they're
I'll
gonna-
use. Here's the thing. I'll use like in terms of any expensive. I'll use my dad's credit card. Like you're fine.
sweet.
Buy-
Okay, yeah.
buys anything.
Amusement park it is.
I want to rack up his credit card as hard as you can. I've been doing that the entire time.
There's no place to swipe it in the woods if we go camping. So
Right.
But what if
Also-
I run into somebody that I know?
Sorry, I can always teleport you away.
We have
Okay.
we have it all to ourselves if I heard
Right.
correctly.
We have it all to ourselves.
Okay.
We rented it out.
It's a
so
little
whole
bit
thing.
better.
get with me later, Knox, about that credit card because my base is like pretty outdated in terms of quality. So
Can't you guys pay for it?
no,
Wait,
no.
what? Like bass guitar or?
Yeah, my bass guitar. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
base
can't
of
get-
operations.
Yeah, I was like base of operation.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot we're superheroes. That's totally ezy to
Oh yeah,
misconstrue.
Stephanie was looking around, going like, "It's not that bad." Y'all made it a little messy, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, I think I can hook you up with also a couple other people in the industries who are relatively producer or have played the bass guitar before in terms
You know
of
Dave up at Metal Blade? Metal Blade Records?
yeah, of course. Obviously. I even have an
Sweet.
autograph in my room.
Oh, excellent. Dave's a good guy.
Yeah. Dave's a great
All right. So, amusement park it is. Here's how I want this to go. We are gonna do this very role play heavy. I'd like each one of you to pick one other person and to talk about the ride, show, or experience you're at with them, and just have a conversation. Talk about some hero stuff. Talk about your life, whatever. But pick one other person. So, you got ideas? Y'all have a whole amusement park. Think of the
Pair
best
us
one
up
you've ever been to
randomly.
or imagined.
What?
Pair us
What's
up,
up?
pair us up randomly.
Yeah.
Make us pick
I will do
favorites.
that on the next clue. I want to see who y'all pick first.
Oh,
I'll do that on the next go round.
okay.
All
All right.
right. All right.
All right. That works.
All right. That works.
So
Well,
Star
I-
doesn't want to do anything, and Hacktivist doesn't either.
Good.
There we
So
go. Friends.
they're probably hanging out, sitting under the roller coaster.
Yeah. Just like hiding.
Yeah. Hacktivist is watching which roller coasters the other supers are getting on, and then like making them go extra fast, potentially exceeding safety violation. Like safety standards.
Oh, whoa.
Star is egging her on and like daring her, like, make that go really fast and then slow down,
All right.
just to mess with them.
We're
So
gonna have some-
Hacktivist does that and reverses it. I don't know who's on this ride. It's whoever y'all want to have on this ride. But yeah, she reverses it.
The next day, the headlines are Century City Amusement Park haunted.
Local operators do not have a clue to why the roller coaster exceeded past its speed limit.
Local teen employee reached her comment. Shrug. I don't know, man. It just didn't do what it was supposed to do. That's
That guy's had a
wonderful.
little too much wine.
Yeah.
So Star, I know why I don't ever want to leave. Why don't you ever want to leave?
Because I'm from this city and I know people. I don't want to see anyone that I know.
So you don't say hi to people on the street. That's what you're saying.
No.
What if you saw me on the street?
I text you.
Oh, I'm actually cool. I'm real cool with that. Deal.
No, I just don't want to see anybody. I kind of know a few people that might be trouble, so I just kind of stay quiet.
You should.
I didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't care either way, honestly. But
Okay.
we should still like buy a hat or something.
Yeah, one of the people that recognizes me sort of wears a costume
Oh, another super.
that we fought. Kind of.
Oh,
Remember
a
that-
villain.
Yeah. Remember that one time in the car? I kind of knew one of those people.
One of the ninjas.
Yeah, if you could call them that. They're losers.
They are losers for sure. Which
Yeah,
ones you know?
they are, all of them, especially that one. It's not important. No, not important at all.
I mean,
It's never
We-
going to come up again.
we could totally fuck with them. That's what I'm saying. Like, when we get back to
We
the
could?
city, oh yeah. If we know who they are, we could do a lot.
Okay, definitely.
Like-
Yes. Yeah.
Change their Facebook around, or like go in and mess with their Instagram, or
Yeah, and
give them parking tickets,
shut the lots of parking tickets.
as many as you want.
Okay, great. Awesome. Perfect.
That was beautiful. I love it. All right. So, who's up next? And who are you partnered up with for this ride?
I think, which I feel like I'm picking someone to be on my team in dodgeball. This is a gross feeling. All right, Cat. It's me and Cat. Because
What ride are we going on?
oh, okay, I can't fit on most of them except for the Tilt-A-Whirl. So, which is like that big bucket that you know.
Yeah.
So I'm mostly hogging up that entire thing, and you're kind of having to squeeze into the left there, and we like got the bar down on top of it. Have you been eating any of the fare? Get it?
I haven't. I especially not before I went on rides, because I feel like they're going to be extreme, and that's not going to be good on my stomach. So I'm absolutely not going to puke. It feels weird to kind of like not be floating, but also be moving.
Yeah, I imagine my character eats probably way too much, and gets a little sick at the end of the Tilt-A-Whirl there. Not too bad though.
That's all right. I will pat your back, and I'll probably like know ahead of time when you're about to puke. So I'll have like something ready.
Oh, excellent.
I could just fly over and grab a trash can and like lift it up and bring it over.
Oh, that's perfect. So, what do you want to ride next? There's some games we could.
Ooh, I want to play the games.
Oh yeah, the games
Um,
are cool.
Yes. What kind of games are there?
Oh, there's some where you throw darts at balloons. There's some where you shoot water into clowns' butts and then their heads pop off. I don't know. It's a whole thing. It's weird.
I'm very confused about this clown. Aren't clowns supposed to be the bad guys?
Sometimes, yeah. Oh, there's this whole genre of metal called clowncore. I'll have to let you hear it.
How delightful.
It's the worst.
I think I, as a player, am very familiar with clowncore.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a thing?
Yeah, look it up.
I
It's,
think
it's
so, yeah.
terrifying.
I just
it was on,
never knew it as that.
Oh, it's real.
It's real, yeah. No, and there's a
Yeah.
band called Clowncore that has like some videos on Adult Swim that just at late at night, just to give you an idea of what kind of music it is. It's the worst. I
Yeah.
don't, not safe for life. Uh, but yeah, I imagine
So
as
I want to
we're
go kill a clown.
okay, yeah, excellent. I imagine as we're walking to the go kill a clown that my character's just looks over and he's like, you can kind of read people's minds and stuff, right?
Right.
You think everybody likes me? Like in the group? I don't mean at the school, just in general. I know a lot of people don't like me, especially that one professor, but I just mean in the group.
I think at this age, most humans aren't really considering other people.
Oh, yeah.
They're mostly just self-absorbed.
Oh, that's true. Especially the guy who's like always on YouTube or whatever. He's
Oh, is
pretty
it the
self-absorbed.
Wrath? The Wrath,
Yeah,
the
I
angry
love-
one.
Yeah, he's super cool, but he is super into himself.
Whatever pays the bills, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess that is right. That's like his brand or whatever he calls it.
Yeah. Although I heard brands hurt,
Right.
unless it's a different kind of brand.
Oh, I think it is. Yeah. What you're talking about is real metal. It's like, but it's metal and it's metal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'll explain it later. Let me look up a video on my phone.
No, I'm very familiar with the process. I just don't understand.
People get these instead of tattoos. Check this out. It's crazy.
Yes, it is very crazy. It's also very dangerous because I think it's meant for cattle.
Oh, mostly, yeah. I know. Yeah, I never thought of that.
And cattle have thicker skin than humans.
Do you have metal where you come from? Like on your
Yeah.
planet or whatever?
We do. It's pretty ubiquitous throughout the multiverse. There is all kinds of metal. There's like
Oh, no.
aluminum. Iron is actually like one of the more abundant metals.
Oh, and I imagine this goes on for a while.
Gold is a fun metal. That's very electricity conductive. It's a fancy metal.
I just
Very
face palm
shiny.
with my stone hand. All right, who's next? I don't want to take up more time than everyone else, but that was good. Thank you.
Leads us to us, me and Wrath.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I mean, I'd imagine, Wrath would be like, I would ask you, like, wanna see a cool trick to show to your screen?
Yeah, bro.
All right.
Let's see it.
All right, so we're gonna go on one of those definitely like speedy roller coaster. Maybe it's one of them that Margot is controlling.
Oh,
That's
no.
gonna have a loop. So when I'm under the loop, I'm gonna teleport myself out of it. Or not, actually, yeah. So I'm gonna drop out of it, and I'm gonna teleport midway back to the as the roller coaster went back. I'm gonna teleport back to the roller coaster. So I'm like jumping down, teleporting, and then go back up with my shadow portal. That
No. Right. So they're definitely gonna. Oh, okay. This stream's never seen the light of day.
yeah. I used to do.
All the clips are blurred.
Oh, that sucks.
Midnight Fox texts you both and just goes, "Really?"
I mean, it's a parlor trick.
I take a selfie and say, "We're bonding."
Yeah, I used to do this all the time with my family when we always go to here.
Nice. Yeah, old Foxy doesn't like too much power display on video.
I mean, that's just old Foxy. It doesn't matter. I mean, he's not the one with the powers. We are. Speaking of old Foxy, where or how did you meet him?
Well, didn't really meet him. Sort of, he met me. Yeah, first generation powers over here. So when they heard about it, Midnight Fox just happened to be, I guess, in his jurisdiction. So came to see me.
I inherited mine. Midnight.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's not so nice, if I'm being honest, but Midnight Fox basically know my dad and my mom. And yeah.
Ooh, lots of pressure.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's definitely great to have the whole lineage of your family right behind your back. You know, it's amazing. Wouldn't trade my life for anything else. One of the most amazing experience ever, for sure.
Does it help having people that you could actually ask questions to about your power? Because I've kind of thrown it all at the wall and see if it sticks.
Well, I mean, it kind of does. So I never really ask questions about my powers. We kind of just have our own identity or different ways of using our powers to ourselves, you know, based on who we are.
It's actually pretty awesome.
Yep.
My powers are a mixed bag. It's weird. Makes me lose my memory.
Your powers?
Yeah.
How? Can't you not just construct immaterial things like that's your power, right?
Oh no. I'm losing more time nowadays, but I don't know. I don't. Actually, I do know. I have one power that I don't like to use. I don't use it too often. I can manipulate others' memories. You know, like Obi-Wan in Star Wars.
Yeah.
I give him a little whammy. Forget all about this for a second. Sort of thing. Guess there's irony there that I'm also losing my memories as time goes on.
So did you forget anything that has happened within the past 4 months? Like your time with the other team members or during school?
Yeah, but it's not everything. Yeah. I've pretty sure I had a crush on somebody in this group, but can't remember who.
Well, I mean, if you remember, if you don't remember, might as well just shoot your shot, right?
Yeah, I'd forget I shot my shot though.
Wait, what do you mean?
It's a lot of it's pretty iffy.
Wait, you actually asked someone out?
I don't remember.
So in terms of altering memories, how far can you do that to someone?
I haven't used it to too large of an extent. Most I've done is just a quick forget you saw me here.
Reasonable.
I think I went too far with that. That's crossing the line. I can't quite get back from. Anyway, let's move off of this topic. What about you?
Well, what is there to ask?
I don't know. You're an interesting guy. You came in kind of late to the group at the end of the training camp, but since then, proved yourself to be a good addition to the group. What's up?
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. I didn't want to go to the same obnoxious camp that I've gone for the past 13 years. Not that I hate you all. I mean, I never met you, but more so, you know, despite my dad.
I feel you.
Yeah.
It's a pretty baller move.
Yeah. Happens when you grow up, you know, you rebel.
Yeah, I guess. I've done too much rebelling myself.
But this is honestly a good group. I mean, I don't know if it's permanent, but it's pretty nice so far.
It is. So, whatever you want, you know, I got a nice new camera here for you. You can start a stream today.
Great. I mean, do you want me to try the trick again, or like, are you gonna get off the roller coaster to see it? You know, at what I assume would be like a master shot.
You know what? Let's do it.
All right. And then we just did the same trick again.
So, Wrath, as you're standing down at the foot of the roller coaster filming this master shot of Aram doing the trick again, in the back of your mind, there's something almost like a little voice. It's like a memory of someone talking is the way it feels. That's the best way I can describe it. And it's just this voice going, "Careful with the Son of Shadows. His dad was always a problem." So we're going to do our second round here. We're going to pair up, and y'all get to decide how this all happens, how y'all all get dragged into this together. Let's go with IDK. So I'm going to tell y'all the groups real fast first, so y'all can be thinking about how y'all want to play this. IDK and Star are going to be paired up. Hacktivist and Wrath are going to be paired up. And Stone Strike and Nox are going to be paired up. So y'all think about how these groups are going to happen.
I'd
I'm
imagine
really interested to see how anyone pulls Star and Hacktivist away from their naps.
I'd imagine we all get back together for like some sort of a lunch, and like I managed to convince both Star too, because I got snacks from my dad's credit card as usual, and I'll sing with Stone Strike.
Are y'all maybe having a picnic under the roller coaster?
Yeah, or like during the grass here, probably where Star was sleeping. I'm assuming.
Just like put some chili cheese fries down next to her.
The turkey leg, candies, of course, soda, drinks.
I'm just thinking of my favorite stuff.
Right.
So I think IDK would probably bring like some kind of mocha flavored something over to Star and offer a snack as like a hey, let's sit and talk and chat and be friends now, kind of like offering, and would probably launch into some kind of discussion about how I'm gonna role play this. I'm instead of doing this meta. So did you know that on my planet we don't have chocolate or coffee, but we do have mocha plants?
How do you survive without chocolate or coffee?
Yeah, that sounds very miserable.
We have mocha plants. They're like a combination of chocolate and coffee at the same time.
So do you just like eat them raw?
Do you just eat coffee beans raw?
Fair point. I mean, well, if I hate my life, then yes, but for the most part, no.
I feel like that's dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't be good.
Yeah, I don't. But so I'm assuming, but you do in your planet, you do brew. I guess you brew, what your drink out of mocha plants, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we do.
Do you have
Do you
like
have
a
any?
brewer or? Oh, we can hear you.
Do you have any mocha plants with you?
No, but I can see if I can get in touch with my family and have them send a care package.
Yeah, that sounds great. Always stay in touch with your family.
Yeah, I could. I will do it. And then we'll have mocha plants and all kinds of fun things. We have these other berries. It's almost as if our planets existed or evolved simultaneously, and it's like the long lost siblings of the life from your planet came to my planet, or vice versa, or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's the thing.
Does your, by the way, does your planet also have like do you have friends or I guess inhabitants in your planet that has superpowers?
Nah, this is just normal for me. Like, everybody's like this.
Alright.
I'm not a super in my planet. Everybody's just like this, and I guess everybody's not like this on Earth. And I guess I'm super by Earth standards.
Yeah, us Earthlings are weird like that.
Yeah. And I think IDK is starting to feel really sad about missing home, and is just gonna like lay down next to Star and take a nap.
Very good. We will check back in with you two here in a little bit after the other four head off on their groups. So Stonestrike Knox or Wrath and Hacktivist, who's up? And what are you doing?
Let's go ride bumper cars. I think I can fit in them.
I don't know if you can fit in them.
Whatever. Why don't you go ride bumper cars and I'll cheer you on from the side?
Well, I mean, if anything, honestly, here's the thing. We're the only one here. You could like probably just run around and be like the bumper car yourself.
I don't want to destroy stuff. I love this place. Kids belong here, you know.
Well,
Anyway.
Do you not have control of your powers? You know, control your strength.
Yeah, I destroyed that thing or whatever that can, change my size and stuff. Get rid of it.
Stone Strike, there's a little whisper in your mind, and you recognize the voice immediately. Why don't you try it, though? Why don't you just try to be a little smaller, maybe?
Nah. I don't trust anything. I
Are
might
you-
try it later.
Trust what? Try what?
No, sorry. Yeah, nothing. I haven't slept much lately.
Well, how about this? I mean, I think you could use the 2 bumper cars as kind of like roller skating. Like, one leg on each car.
Maybe.
You can
I
break it, but like I said, I can always have my dad pay things.
Whatever. All right, here's the deal. I'm gonna go win everybody a stuffed animal.
All right. I mean, I appreciate the offer and thought, but
If you want to, yeah, well, you're getting one. If you want to come with me, that'd be
sure,
pretty
might as
cool.
well.
I don't. It'd be kind of weird me walking up to somebody and being like, "Yeah, let me throw some darts."
By the
Be my-
way,
What?
so
What?
that villain or lady that you counter under the lake,
Yeah.
do you know if she was, making any like mocha plants?
What? No, I don't know. She was making like constructs like out of.
Did she offer you a
Plants.
drink? Did she offer you a drink?
No, she gave me the pulpy, the plant thing, whatever. I don't know plant words, but she gave me that thing, bulb or whatever it was, and I destroyed it.
Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, she might be out of the world, but once again, that's just a conspiracy at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I used it for a bit. I'm hoping she didn't like infect me or something.
Yeah, hopefully. I
Oh, never, Stone Strike. I wouldn't do that to you.
And I just start like smacking myself in the face with my fleshy hand. That's what I'm gonna call it from now on. Fleshy hand.
you okay there? You're like hurting your own hand.
No. My head's fleshy also, by the way.
Okay. Sorry, I thought your head was. Yeah.
No, it's just like here down, here up is flesh, like over here, but then everything else is anyway. I'll have to draw it for you. I'll do a diagram.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But sorry, yeah, like I said, I haven't slept much.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, listen. That freaking WTF is gonna find out anyway. Yeah, she's talking to me in my head, man. I think she might have infected me. I don't know.
She's talking to you now.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, she said a couple of things in my head. Like,
Is she in your mind? I think I can do
she
this.
said a few things.
Here,
don't
let me
know.
try this. I'm going to use. Matt, you told us that this is not going to be an episode where you'll use our powers, but I've been using it.
I said I was going to try as hard as possible and just make a
alright.
role play. This is
So-
on you.
Yeah, right. So, but I plan to use one of my powers, which is like Shadow Cloud or Mind Cloud. I'm assuming the way it works is to cloud out the mind to prevent someone from, I guess, telepathy or like reading someone's minds or speaking to them.
Oh shit, that's super cool.
Sure.
All right, great. So I do that on your mind. I would imagine, because I guess if it's up to my discretion, I imagine it wouldn't necessarily hurt you. More so, either it doesn't like
Disorient me
erase
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but it doesn't like erase your memory and stuff like that. It's more so kind of like a protective system against like outside telepathy or stuff like that.
I'll say this so we don't have to roll or anything like that. Stone Strike, if you're fine with him doing this, then it just works. Then we'll just have it work.
Of course, if basically, maybe I have to like. I was thinking maybe I can like actively be like, hey, she's talking to me again. Can you cast your cloud on me? Cloud me up. But yeah, I don't imagine, just so it's not too OP and permanent or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
like-
yeah. This will always have a limited duration. So
Right.
yeah,
right.
exactly.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Works
cool.
for me.
Then Stone Strike, if you agree to it, you will not have her in your head at all the rest of the day.
Woo, some relief.
How's that?
Well, I don't know. She took long pauses in between saying something earlier, so maybe she's just waiting to talk shit again or something. I don't know.
Oh, seems like it works for now. So we'll just
Yeah,
keep that.
we'll see.
Over there. I mean, it's temporary, anyways.
Yeah, well, thanks a ton. Maybe I can
course.
actually concentrate on some fun. I want a soda.
I take out my credit card by all means.
I get 3
That's
sodas.
perfect. Stone Strike. While we're gonna hop over to Wrath and Hacktivist, but Stone Strike, think about what stuffed animals you win for everybody, because I'm not letting that go. That's adorable. So be thinking about it. All right.
Excellent.
Wrath and Hacktivist. I guess the real question here is, Wrath, how did you get Hacktivist to not just be taking a nap with Star and IDK?
Gee, I really don't know.
So I think Hacktivist is kind of like, Wrath, check that out. And she'll just like point at whatever the tallest roller coaster in the park is and be like, I can hold the car there. You should stream from there.
Oh, sweet. That's so sweet.
Or you could stream from like keep you upside down in the corkscrew, like whatever you want to do.
So much. So many content ideas. Let's do it.
All right.
I love this.
Like as they're walking to the tallest coaster in the place, Hacktivist is like getting out her camera drone and just like sort of taking over, managing Wrath the One stream, like locally. We'll get this past the mods too, man. Not your mods, not those computer geeks that you got modding for you, but like the, like the super mods. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. They keep a tight lock on my stream. I don't know why.
And man, they really do. They're really rabid. They really enforce the rules. You love to see it.
Yeah.
I hate a toxic chat.
Yeah, my little raficals are
Oh my god, you nicknamed them?
of course. What was I meant to do? My viewers gotta have a name.
Rathicals? Did they give themselves that name or did you give them that name?
If the shoe fits, you know what I mean?
You gave them that name. That's all right. It still counts. So, Hacktivist will just blow by the roller coaster operator and like get in the train or cars, whatever they're called, and
My stream.
start moving the cars. The tippity top. I want to say that this is like what's it called at Cedar Point? It's like Top Flight, where it go. You know how it goes all the way up, super high, and then just comes like straight back down. It's like that kind of coaster. It's just holding it at the top before it reverses back down.
When that happens, Raph starts selling it like he didn't know this was going to happen. Oh my God, I'm so scared. This is unbelievable. How can I be in this situation?
Activist like causes it to shudder and like drop a foot.
There's no way, guys. Fully just starts selling it. In fact, the other people on the coaster probably actually get scared because they just aren't expecting this full-blown performance.
Oh, are there other people on the coaster? Hacktivist would do exactly the same thing, but that just makes it more interesting.
Yeah, definitely other people. So Rash just like grabs the guy next to him. It's like, oh my God, have you ever seen this happen? No way. What is this? This never happens. I thought this was safe.
I heard this happened one time at Six Flags.
Oh, I love this imagery so much. Six Flags?
They said most people were fine.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
That means most of us will be fine.
What are you talking about? What was going on here?
What are the viewer numbers looking like? That's what I want to know.
Oh, it's going up. There's the mods are having to be like, we're pretty sure that he's okay. Y'all don't need to call the cops. It's okay. We're gonna talk to somebody. Like, the mods are freaking out a little bit. The RC club.
Chat.
Oh, so
figured
then Hacktivist is gonna end it. Oh, go ahead first. Right.
No, I was just gonna say, Matt, I figured out what I get everybody in terms of winnings. So if you want to cue me up for that after this, then I can read it off on stream.
So Hacktivist is gonna end it by like causing it to drop seemingly unsafely and then cutting the stream.
Amazing. Just the shocked face and then.
But really, it just coasts gently into the patio. I don't know what they're called. Like in the entry, the place where you stand in line. Yeah.
I don't stream for the rest of the day after that. That happens, and I'm like, oh, camera away, phone away.
That is beautiful. That's a wonderful, delightful friendship bonding moment right there. All right, so IDK and Star, how's that nap going?
Star wakes up kind of probably before IDK, and she realizes nobody's watching her. So she looks at one of the roller coasters and decides she's going to try to run up the roller coaster.
That's awesome. I love
Nobody's
it.
watching, so she's going to just run. I don't know if she's going to be able to do it, but she's just going to try to run as much of the roller coaster as she can.
Oh, what do you think is better? Can she get all the way to the top, or does she slip a little bit?
I think so. I think she gets all the way to the top. Like, nobody's looking, so she's like doing really great, and it's just like having fun. Of course, she jumps past the attendant person, whoever's standing there. It's just like by and just like runs the roller coaster because it's fun. If you could do it, why wouldn't you?
So, Kat, when
I'm muted.
There we go.
I was muted. All right. If this is at all possible, I don't know if IDK doesn't have any speed, but they can listen to other people's thoughts, so they can have a head start. I want to show up at floating by the top of the roller coaster track when Star is there, and just be like, wow, that was, and just totally miss Star because she's going way too fast. And I think from there, IDK might just kind of try to chase Star around and follow her, and
she's just having so much fun with that. That's fine. We chasing each other around on the roller coaster.
I like that.
That is wonderful. So, Star, what do you do when one of the roller coaster cars starts coming at you? It's empty. Y'all have the run of this place, so this one's empty. How do you deal with it?
Is she circling it? Jump on it and stand on it?
Oh, absolutely she can.
That's what she's doing.
That is beautiful. So,
roller surfing.
That's amazing. So y'all, have your time. Y'all swap in and out with a few other people during the crew. Eventually, the day is winding down. The sun is starting to set. One of the employees of the park does come up to y'all and go like, "We've got dinner for y'all. Apparently, y'all are in our special, legally distinct from Top Gun, dining hall on the aircraft carrier, with not Tom Cruise and not Val Kilmer, more or less suit actor type people. Will be doing appearances, like lookalikes. Will be there for photo shoots if you want them. We have a whole dinner there ready for you, and y'all have like the best seats in the town for the fireworks show. So y'all head out to the old aircraft carrier. Stone Strike, this might be a good idea to hand out some stuffed animals to everybody.
All right, excellent. Once we get back to where we're in a common area, I've got I'm just like holding a bunch of plushies. I got some sort of pole sticking out of one end and all sorts of stuff. I'm able to finally dole it out. You can tell what it is. I've got a hand Hacktivist, a SpongeBob plushie, but SpongeBob is like in his really nerdy form. He's got like his nerdy glasses on, you know. And then I get Star Kung Fu Panda plushie. He's like in like his gi, ready to do some agile martial arts. Then I'm gonna get Wrath is gonna get I had the option of winning a selfie stick. It's very poorly made. So I got that, but I went ahead and just got that instead of a stuffed animal. Nox is getting a Batman plushie because Nox is the knight. And IDK is getting an airbrushed t-shirt with black and neon pink lettering with their name, most of their name on the front and the rest of the name on the back. And then even though I had about $40 to go with, time eventually ran out and I was unable to win myself something, as is life for Stone Strike.
Oh. So y'all have had a day relaxing. The fireworks show starts up. So here's my question. What's this fireworks show look like? And do any of you super teens mess with it?
My first thought is that Gandalf is the one that is hosting it, so it looks really cool.
You know, they tried really hard to get that license from Warner, and they just were not budging.
Now, within my familiar connections, is there someone decent we can get?
Well, you know, they've got their own trademark characters and knockoffs. Apparently,
Right.
they want the Paramount license, so who knows?
I think we should get whoever held the Tunisian games recently, or not Tunisian. I can't remember which country it is. There's this like dictatorship in East Asia that holds like this massive like its own version of the Olympics, and they have just like such epic like fireworks displays. I can't remember what it's called, but
Interesting. But I would also imagine if I'm able to get a guest singer, Dave, from Stone Strike's favorite band. I want Stone Strike's favorite metal band to come and sing for a day.
Slayer. Excellent.
Yeah,
no one wants to get in a mosh pit with me.
Yeah, he's the only one in the mosh pit at the flowers.
He is a mosh pit unto himself.
Yep. And if Slayer falls into the mosh pit, he'll be the only one lifting.
Exactly. Too bad I didn't get control over plants. I could be like lifting them up with vines or something cool, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, too bad you're not.
So tell me how the rest of y'all are enjoying this fireworks show. What you're thinking of your day, kind of just your character's thoughts on this nice chill day with friends. Where are y'all at?
Does anybody else want to get closer to the fireworks?
No.
No, they burn us.
Yeah, that's very dangerous. WASD.
But don't you wanna anyway?
No.
Like, where's
I mean, if you want to be my guest, but I think we're in a collective agreement. If we're gonna stay here, or do something else.
They look better from further away.
Also, this is coming from someone who already leaped off of a roller coaster ride only to get back on it at the same time. Like if I'm not, if I could do that, but I don't want to do this, you know, it's not advisable.
You saw that?
Well, I did that. Like I was there. It's on. It's on.
That is what you saw, not the other thing.
It's on Raf's stream if you want to rewatch my trick. We got it both on first person and also the master shot. It was nice.
I'm gonna get closer to the fireworks.
Heck yeah.
Star's going to watch that and make sure. Star's like looking at the stream, making sure it's not her running on a roller coaster.
Yeah. I imagine it's like one of the top clips of me jumping out, going back in. Next to the clip is a second top, which is a live stream fail of Wrath being stuck on a roller coaster because of hacktivists.
Okay, she's going to laugh at that and just be really glad you guys didn't see her adventure.
I love this.
Activist, how are you enjoying the fireworks?
Activist is definitely playing an augmented reality game, kind of like Galaga or one of those old school like arcade games where, you know, alien ships appear and the firework going off is what eliminates them. So you got to try to line up your screen with the fireworks. Of course, she coded it herself.
Nice.
Yeah. You know, she built it herself. She's just trying it out. It's in beta, you know, and yeah, that's what to everyone else. She might be taking pictures. They're not sure. She's just doing all this stuff.
I mean, Nox is just transfixed by this.
That's why I got you the SpongeBob's with the nerd glasses.
Like, how come every time you hit one of them, the fireworks just come out? It's crazy. Or you're doing it arithmetically.
Wrath, how are you enjoying the fireworks?
I think he probably enjoyed them for about the first 5 seconds. Then it kind of became sort of a, kind of just 1,000-yard stare as he just starts to think back to that voice that was in his head. Just kind of all he thinks about as he just 1,000-yard stares into these fireworks.
All right. So, IDK, you are up amongst the fireworks, I imagine dodging the blasts, just kind of taking it in up there. You can tell that with the way the wind's blowing, like the smoke from the fireworks launch station is drifting over the lake and drifting over the aircraft carrier where everybody else is. But it seems like there's a weird fog rolling in from the other side. And all your time in the city, this isn't anything you've noticed. The fog always comes from the ocean. This is coming down from the mountains.
That's weird. Is it that season again?
Wayne, this isn't something you've noticed before.
I imagine, like, the it gets cold at the top of the mountains, and it totally makes sense that there would be some kind of fog rolling down at this time of year. There's clearly nothing dangerous coming.
Oh no, y'all don't get to have just a fun day at the beach. No.
Some people do.
Y'all
Yeah.
are superheroes. Y'all are made to suffer.
Matt, this is I thought you told us before. This is supposed to be the anime version, the beach episode version, the AMV, right?
Yeah.
The
So-
OVA version of the beach episode for animes.
Can I try to? Is it close enough that I can kind of like either hear or not hear anything inside that fog that is thinking?
Not. There's nothing kind of like thinking, but you can you're a little bit familiar with kind of like the way magic on this world works now after interacting with that bulb last time. This is definitely something magical. That magic felt green. This magic does not. This is some other flavor, but it's still magic. But what you can kind of pick up, like thought-wise, is chanting.
So I'm gonna like zoom back over to the group and I'm gonna point to the fog and I'm gonna say something like, did anybody order a Gregarian chant fog?
What?
I don't know.
Nope.
This is a chanting
I look
fog.
over-
That's chanting over
I
there.
look over at the fog.
Hawk doesn't chant.
I realize this.
Well, we don't know what kind of fog you have on your planet. Come on.
Margot, is there weather forecasting saying there's a sudden fog or something?
Yeah, check AccuWeather.
I also contact Stephanie, let her know there's like a fog incoming.
There is no signal on your phones.
Oh,
Well, that's
Right.
And let's say hacktivist. You've kind of been aware of people kind of on the around the deck of the ship, like some other cast members from the show, everything like that. I've just kind of been there watching the fireworks too. They basically had like a bonus day at the park that they got paid for without having to deal with all the crowds, so they're enjoying it. None of them are moving. They're all just standing still.
including David from the Slayers.
no.
Yep.
Damn it, he's behind this too.
No.
Can I touch one of them? Actually, I want to touch them to see if they're cold, but also can I hear them not thinking?
There is that same kind of magic feel wrapped around them. They're not cold. They're still alive. They're just kind of you would actually, your people might actually be familiar with this. It's a stasis. They're just kind of locked in stasis at the moment.
So
So
there's
their
no
brains are
thought.
just kind of like on static.
Yeah, okay. This would appear to be a static. Like, you know when you, oh God, are you guys old enough?
Yeah.
I'm like,
What
I
do
don't
you
know
mean
if
by
we would,
that?
I feel like as players, we're all old enough to remember when the TV would make static, but
Yeah.
I don't know if our characters would be old enough to remember TV static.
Okay,
Like, is that a
unless-
thing that still happens? I haven't seen this in such a long time.
Okay, unless your definition of a static is completely different based on your world, I'm sure we're in the right. I'm sure or at least for me, I know what you're talking about.
Like when you tune the radio to not a channel, that's what's happening right here. Okay, so the radio
Yes.
was
Wait, so are you saying that they're like not tuned?
right. They're out of tune with operating as humans.
So
Okay, I
like,
think I. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just confused. Is it like The Ring? Like the girl in the TV?
I don't think they're actually in a TV, but they're like their thoughts feel like the static, like
Yeah, so they're
right
still.
before the girl comes out of the TV.
Oh. So
you-
it's like, do we have 7 days?
Wait,
I
wait,
I don't know.
Some of us do.
wait. WASD, you watched The Ring before?
I've seen a lot of movies. What do you think
Oh,
I
fair.
do while the teachers are teaching?
Wow, you're able to do that while being in front of the class? That's very bold. I mean, you and Star usually gets the attention. Thank you. Also, Raph too, but usually not the good one. And Leopold usually.
Well, I have an A.
And Stonestrike usually gets make fun of. But
Well, that's what happens when you go to school and you get taught shit you already know.
yeah,
Or you just get like perfect grades like I do.
My grades are
that's
pretty
just,
good.
That's just too much.
Well, mine are
work for
perfect.
that's just too much work for honestly something that's academically useless.
I got a C+ on a test the other day that I honestly thought I was gonna fail. I didn't even study for it.
During this argument, one of y'all looks up and notices there are a number of figures in big cloaks and hoods standing all around you.
Look,
Okay.
there are a number of big figures with cloaks and hoods standing all around us.
All right, do we think we need to relocate? I can teleport us out of here.
Hooded hoodlums.
Oh, why relocate when we could kick some ass?
All right, then I'm gonna brace yourself, Stonestrike. I'm gonna. I don't know if you want us to keep going at it, but I'm gonna Alicia Powers do portal under Stonestrike and have him once again like cannonball into one
You
of
guys want to talk to them first?
the.
It's too late.
Hey.
I'm flying through the air.
I don't want to snack yet.
So here's
Just
the
kidding.
thing.
What do you want?
Here's the thing, Knox. You go through all of the motions to make your powers work,
Yeah.
and there's nothing.
What?
There's
Oh.
nothing.
Oh, we are so well. I am so boned. Okay. Is anyone experiencing difficulties with their powers? And I'm like feverishly clicking.
I don't know.
Uh,
I could try punching myself in the face, and if I bleed, then I guess I am having trouble with my powers. But mine are really kind of just part of me at this point.
Hey, Stonestrike, it's weird that you would say that.
Ow!
You can't move the rock side of your body.
Oh
It's
no,
like
that's
it's just
that's all of
rock
it.
now.
I'm just like a chest and a head and arm floating there on a statue. Oh well, this is difficult.
Wait, Stonestrike. Now is not the time to pose.
No, I can't freaking move, dude. All of this is solid.
Can I hear the thoughts of my teammates?
No, you can't. And you're not floating either.
I didn't agree to this. as a
WASD,
player.
can you fly us out of here?
I don't think I can. I hop it up and down on the ground.
Ah, shucks.
Nothing.
Wrath, activist, Star.
Well, I still feel like I have balance, but I've also practiced dancing at 5 a.m. So I don't know what else would.
Could you I don't know,
because I
like
could-
dance them away?
Dance them away. What is
Dance
this?
us out of
Michael
here.
I'll
Jackson
try
Nintendo game?
to. I'll try to climb the structures and see if I can jump up.
As you try to move towards where the cloaked guys are, a wall of fog just gathers up between them and blocks your path.
Okay, guys, they're covered in fog now. It's like they're moving
We
it.
are in serious
Can I-
trouble.
Heck. Oh, go ahead.
All right.
I'm gonna walk up to the wall of fog and knock on it and say, "Excuse me,
Boom.
what's going on here?"
I think we're trapped.
Hacktivist is going to talk to one of the figures. Be like, hey, what's your deal?
Of course she is.
It raises its hand, very like Ghost of Christmas Future, and just points at kind of all of you. Once one raises its hand, they all raise their hand, and they just say, "All Hallows Eve, this city falls to its knees."
That doesn't rhyme.
Really?
Halloween episode.
And all of the cloaks collapse on the ground, and the fog dissipates. And that's where we're leaving the episode.
Cool.
Oh, shoot.
So I'm gonna be
Halloween
in
is going to be
costume.
our next episode, friends.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna glue
Oh,
a bunch of
hell yeah.
rocks to my face, and that'll be my costume.
Oh, and all of your powers are back.
Oh, cool.
Once
Oh,
the
yeah.
fog drops, all your powers are back.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I accidentally shoot up too far.
Oh, you were in the middle of jumping still.
Yeah.
I teleport Stone Strike from one area, like the cannonball again, having like basically fall to see if my powers works. All right,
and I land next to Nox doing a roundhouse kick because I was trying to move my leg and accidentally knock him into into the nearby hot dog stand. Oh my! Oh, sorry.
shoot! Oh my
All of-
gosh!
All of
And so that-
Hacktivist, like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Like, all the texts she'd been trying to send to, like, her mom and, was it Romulus stuff?
Yes, Steph.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like, all just, like, go at once.
Star
that's
manages to like go up the building really fast into the next
Yep.
building, like what she was doing before she lost her powers. And she's just like going to, you all see her doing this, like how nimble she is.
Oh, that's excellent. That's a vulgar
So,
display of power.
That is where we're going to call our episode for tonight. I know this is a little bit shorter. Sorry, my month has been wild. But things are going to be back to normal. We are having our next episode on the Friday before Halloween. I do believe is going to be the next official episode. So tune back in for that. But now we're going to do our wrap-up questions. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you want to promote. And we're going to start with Nikki.
I like the whole session. I like turtles. Sorry.
Turtles. Okay, great. Perfect time to
Turtle-
reference that for Halloween.
I like that the team got to like bond and they got to have fun, and until the end where it got ruined by those weird guys. But yeah, it's just lots of fun. I have nothing to promote. I will be on this channel again on Tuesday for a game. Sorry, my brain just left. I'm here on Tuesday nights.
Very cool. Stace.
Me next. I was not prepared. Let's see. My favorite part of the app had to be the Hacktivist Wrath the One link up to boost his stream numbers and just casually terrify a roller coaster full of people. And then you can find me on Twitter at Stace Windu. I also play Nyx, a glaive, on the Numenera Actual Play podcast, Explorers Wanted, which drops every Wednesday. People like it, so check it out.
Very, very good. Leland.
My favorite part of the episode would be when it was alluded to that there would be a Halloween special coming up soon, because I had forgot. So that's exciting. But yeah, no. But other than that, just the, I don't know. Yeah, just like kind of like what Nikki said, just people getting to bond and have fun. Just is always a great episode for me, or session, whatever. Both. And as far as plugging something, next Wednesday on twitch.tv/ attack trick ATTACKTRIK, that at 9 p.m. Central, we're going to be starting session 0 of our Lancers game, which is really cool. It's a stompy robot RPG, and about the friends you make along the way. So that's going to be great. We are the Spare Brigade, so that already tells you how dysfunctional we are as people and players and characters. But yeah, so check that out. That's going to be really cool. We're getting art done and everything, the whole shebang. And Raven, the owner of the Black Feather Guild, did our poster, so you should definitely check it out because you're already watching this channel. You should watch that one too. Thanks. I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want. It's the end of the world. Have fun in whatever way that makes you happy. Just kidding. And yes, great job, everybody.
Huzzah!
Cat.
Hi, I'm a cat. I'm not a real cat. But I am Cat N Schrodinger on Twitter, Cat name Schrodinger on Twitch. Am I muted?
No.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. And yeah, favorite part was probably I I don't know. I went up into the fireworks, I guess. That was the thing that happened, and I didn't get hurt. So that was cool. And I really liked how like everybody just unanimously was like, no, that's a bad idea. I was not expecting that at all. So yeah, you can find me again here the next time we do this thing.
All right. Brian.
Hi, yeah. Honestly, it's hard for me to choose a favorite. I mean, I like this episode as a whole because I always love anime beach episodes. So I'm glad we have our version of the beach episode where it's it's a music theme park. It's very awesome. Like there's a lot of funny moments within the pairings and also a group, and as like Kat said, like near the end, the fireworks where WSD was like, hey we should go near the fireworks, and we're like, no, nope, that's not gonna happen. You can find me at my Twitter handle is CageBirdLonin. I also act and voice act on various online projects, usually projects within Casting Call Club, but also I've been doing also online digital theater work. You might see me here on that. My YouTube channel is also a straight persona, which is same as my Twitch handle. And yeah, hopefully you'll see more of me. I only play here in terms of on stream. Hopefully I get to do more.
Awesome. Par.
Yeah, favorite moments. I think I'm a big fan of like just sort of moments where everyone kind of gets to say what they've been doing. Other characters get like a little moment to shine. So I think my favorite moment is definitely the how's school gone for you, where we just see little insights into all of the all different characters. Really like that. It's a really nice moment. As for you can catch me next, you can catch me here next Friday for both games. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Parr 4E, and you can find me on Twitch at Mr. Parr.
Very, very cool. And I am Matt Hoadley. I'm the GM of this awesome crew who has been super patient with me this month, and I really appreciate that. They have been amazing, and I'm so lucky to be able to play with all y'all. Y'all can find me on Twitter at Matt Hoadley. And here in about a week or so, I'm going to be back to some regular streaming schedules over on Jam Game Streams. And you can check me out there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. My only other real project is my podcast, Hard Reboot, that actually is going to end up having 3 episodes drop this month on this monthly podcast because we're monsters and we can't help ourselves. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I think that's going to wrap it up for us, and we'll be back on the Friday before Halloween for our very, very fun Halloween episode. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Matt.
Yep.
Thanks so much, everybody. That was fantastic. Thank you so much to the cast and to Matt for GMing this game, even to the point of doing it from the car. That is dedication, and it's much appreciated. Y'all are fantastic. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. We've got our raid cry there in chat, which is shout out to all my Rathicals out there. Feel free to copy that and paste that as we go on our raid. We're gonna go raid Ray, or With the Brick. She's just a fantastic person. Great variety streamer, does a lot of tabletop stuff too. In various forms. Definitely give her a follow if you're not doing so already. And be sure to drop that raid cry and say hello. As for what's coming up next on Blackfeather Guild, you can find us tomorrow at noon Mountain Time. That's 2 p.m. Eastern for a one-shot run by Yasmin Tatiana. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's based on a comic that's soon to come out. I'm going to be playing a bit of a superhero in that as well. Not dissimilar from some of the characters you see here. And then tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I'll be GMing and Subsentis right back here, which is our sci-fi show where the crew of the spaceship has lost their memory. We're not quite sure what all happened in the past, but we're on season 2 of that show. So we're starting to piece some things together and kind of trying to decide if they want to be good guys or bad guys at this point, I think. It's a lot of fun. Great cast there as well. Definitely come check that out. And that is it for this week. So I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you again for stopping by and watching. And be sure to say hi to Ray as we go on that raid. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.